What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode here at TideWe. A couple weeks ago, I did a vlog hanging some trail cameras. If you haven't seen that, you can definitely go check that video out. I will link it down below. And if you haven't seen it, I'm assuming that you might be new here at the channel. So if that is true, definitely go down, smash the subscribe button down below. We are getting set up to hopefully put a big buck on the ground this fall. So if you're into hunting deer, geese, rabbits, whatever it may be, definitely give this channel a like. You're gonna want to stick around. We do a lot of fun things around the outdoors on this channel that you definitely don't want to miss out on. So today we're actually gonna go back, check on all those trail cameras that I set about 2 weeks ago now, bring them up on the laptop, check out the pictures, see what we got going on, maybe move some stuff around and kind of see how we're doing on this piece of property for this fall. That being said, me and my good buddy Mikey are gonna walk back. We're gonna check all the cameras that we set up a couple weeks ago and see if we got any deer walking around. So stay tuned.
A few moments later.
It's always good when the camera's surrounded by weeds. Yeah, so this is a good point. This is why we come out to check these cameras as often as we do. You don't just kind of set them and forget them until hunting season starts. You want to get out here like every couple weeks, check these things, make sure there isn't anything blocking any view that you're getting from what you wanted to take. Get out here as often as you can, check your trail cameras, make sure, you clear them of any debris and you're getting the pictures that you want. So you guys aren't going to be able to see this, but I'm going to bring the pictures up onto the screen here. Looks like we had some deer walking around, obviously, before those weeds grew up over the camera. We got a couple of deer walking around here, but nothing too crazy at this spot. Obviously, as soon as those weeds grew over that camera, we didn't get a whole lot other than weeds. So there are some deer walking around on this field edge the last couple of weeks, though. Now we got this nice and cleared out once again. That stuff grew very, very quick. We got all that stuff cut down, and now are hopefully going to get some good pictures on that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to format this card. We're going to put it back into the camera itself and hopefully get some decent pictures of some deer now that we got all this laid down. We'll do that, and then we're going to go check the next ones that you actually saw me set in the last video. So let's go check those out. It's crazy how Wisconsin just turns right into a jungle in the summertime. Look at how tall these weeds got down here. These weeds are almost taller than me. Crazy. Yeah, there's deer bed right there. Deer bed right there. Look at that. So this is where we put a stand. And I hung that camera right here. So the cool thing about these cameras, and like I said, these aren't available anymore, but the cool thing about these cameras is we can actually view everything right on the camera here. So we'll just go to replay. Let's see. There's 895 pictures on here since I set it up 2 weeks ago. There's a deer right there. Today is the 27th. So yesterday at 7:05 p.m. there was a deer running through here. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take the SD card out of this camera. We're gonna put it onto the laptop. We're gonna dump it into a folder, and we'll kind of view all this stuff once we get back to the house because it'll make it a little easier to look at. So let's go ahead, take this SD card out, put it into the MacBook, format it, put it back in the camera, clear some of these weeds off. Maybe we'll even try to move this camera up a little higher, maybe to try and get it out of weed level. Almost done transferring photos. We got 11 gigabytes of pictures downloading to the computer right now, and then we'll be good. We'll go to the next camera. If you guys remember the next two that I have hung from that previous video, one's kind of next to the tree stand that I got set up, and then I had another one set up a little further to the north, basically on a deer trail that was cutting through back there. So we're gonna check both of those. I'm assuming that that one that I hung up on that deer trail is gonna have a ton of pictures on it too, but 895, let's go. Whew. Look at all these deer trails going through here. Definitely been walking through here, even though it's all grown up. There she be. So if you guys remember when we hung this one, basically the purpose of getting this one up so high was this deer trail is going on right through here. I didn't want to pop this camera right here, have any chance of spooking them, so I actually put it up here, get it out of the line of sight of those deer that are using this path, and might even get some better pictures up there too as well. So yeah, right after I hung it on May 31st there's a little doe, it looks like. All right, good. Well, we're gonna transfer these pictures onto this computer And we'll format this card and get it put back into that camera. Now I am curious to see if we capture any of the same deer on the camera that we got right down there. Obviously this path is being used pretty much all the way through this stretch of woods, so we have some trail cameras that are kind of set up on the south side of this property too, almost that I think may be on the same path. So I'm curious to see if we'll capture those deer over there as well. But we're gonna stick this memory card back into the camera, format it, and go check the next one. Here we are at the next camera. See, probably gonna have about 58 pictures on this one. What is that? That might be whatever's living in that hole.
It's a bear.
Is that a raccoon? That deer's looking at it. I think it's a raccoon. We'll format this card, get it put back in here, and then we're gonna head over to the south side of this property and check our cameras out over there.
A few moments later.
If you guys remember this one, this is actually a field edge camera on the north end. There's a field behind us here. Obviously this field just got freshly chopped. Yeah, so I set this one up, like I said, 3 or 4 weeks ago now. And we're gonna pull the card out of this, we'll throw it into the computer, see what we got on here. I'll format this one. And then I got one more camera set up kind of down into the swamp over here. If you guys remember, set it up on an intersecting deer trail. So I'm assuming we're probably gonna have quite a few photos on that camera in there. But let's get this one checked out. We'll format it and then we'll go to the next one. All sorts of deer. We'll look at these when we get inside. I got the pictures transferred, so we're gonna go ahead and stick this card back into the camera. We had 85 total pictures on this one, and I was just kind of taking a look at it. A lot of them are deer, so I'm gonna stick this card back in the camera and we're gonna go check the next one. So awesome. So the camera's actually on the other side of this creek, but before we crossed over, I just wanted to show you guys all the deer tracks that we have in the mud here close to this water. You can see deer definitely crossing it, definitely using this. I'm pretty excited to see what we got going on this camera. Obviously this camera had quite a few pictures, and I'm assuming some of these deer are kind of hopping in through here. Once again, just using this to get to that agricultural field that we're set up on there. So let's get across the creek, and we got like a little 30-yard walk to the other camera that's set up over there. So it's like a jungle in here. As you can see, the weeds and everything grow when it gets warm and humid. Honestly, I feel like I'm in the movie Anaconda. Like I feel like I'm gonna take a step and just get dragged down by a big snake.
Big old anaconda.
When I was back here setting this camera up, all this stuff was only less than knee high. And today it's almost up past our heads. That's a good amount. I'm gonna go ahead, pull the SD card out of here, dump them onto the computer, format it, get the card put back into the camera. And we're gonna head out of here, head back to the house, get something to drink. We're gonna review all the photos that we took. So let's get the photos off this camera.
20 minutes later.
We are back in the house right now, just kind of reviewing some of the footage. Unfortunately, that river's edge stand got a lot of grass, which is understandable. There was a lot of grass growing in front of that camera, but we do have some nice deer on camera too as well. Here's a nice buck that was growing antlers as of June 14th already. Definitely excited to see what that one grows into. Hopefully something decent that we'll have a chance at knocking down this fall. But
Dang, those cheese whips are good. We got another buck on camera. Sure, if you guys, how well you can see him. I'll bring up pictures on the screen here, but look at him. These were taken June 15th at 5:20. Just kind of hanging out. Then he does like a little somersault here, gets back up, and then he's gone. Another nice buck. This one is definitely a little bit bigger than the last one that I just showed you guys. So I think this is a completely separate buck that we have here. Hopefully some of these deer actually stick around the area that we got here, the piece of land that we got, and we can see some growth on these deer all throughout the summer into fall. So another awesome deer. I'm gonna keep going through. Like I said, we had 800 pictures on this camera, so I'm gonna keep shuffling through these pictures and see what else we find. Oh, 3 days later, we got another buck. This guy is small, the smallest of the 3 that we have on camera so far. Little spiker dude, just hanging out. Nothing phenomenal, but it is another buck sign, so that is great. This was June 16th. We are now looking at the south stand, which is the one that we showed you out on the field edge.
There wasn't much of anything else on that other camera that was down in the swamp there. I had a lot of pictures of weeds. That spiked buck came around a couple more times, but there was no new bucks. So we had 3 bucks on that first camera. Now we're looking at that south stand, and I got the first buck on camera June 2nd. This muddy camera is really foggy, and with the way it was pointing, it was basically facing right into the sun. So it's a little difficult to see what exactly this is, but you can definitely tell that there's some horns starting, or some antlers starting on top of his head. Once again, I'll post those pictures on the screen here. Other than that, we got a lot of does running around, fawns running around on this field edge too. So a lot of stuff going on the south stand. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at the other cameras. All right, so I'm taking a look at the north trail camera, which is that camera that I set up on the north end of my stand there, basically on that trail path. This is the one that I set up high, and got a lot of deer traffic on this trail. Obviously, the deer are using this trail, so it was a great place to set a camera. But we got does, we got fawns. We also got some nice bucks on camera too. There's a few here that are starting. They got some pretty decent mass to them. And then obviously there's a few smaller ones mixed in here too. But there's definitely some buck traffic going on throughout this property, which is great to see. So there's a game winner. Kind of scrolling through this north trail camera a little bit more. Found a really decent buck. This guy's already starting to grow out. You can kind of see that it's starting to kind of get outside of his ears already. This picture was taken on June 23rd at 2:27. So actually not that long ago. This would have been last week. And we definitely got some growth going on that guy. So that's exciting. That's great to see. Hopefully that guy sticks around and we'll get a good look at him this fall. All right, we're looking at a new stand here, and we have 2 little bucks. Actually, I'm not sure that back one is so little. The little one's up front, but that back one seems to be growing out quite a ways. So this picture was taken on June 19th is when this picture was taken. We got 2 nice little bachelor bucks here hanging out. So this is on Cody's stand, so this is right next to my stand. Awesome. I mean, we're seeing bucks pretty much everywhere on this piece of property, and some of these bucks are really starting to grow out now. So I would say we definitely have multiple bucks on camera, definitely over 5 or 6 different bucks right now on each of these cameras. Again, I'm not done going through all of the pictures, but we've definitely been seeing a handful of bucks on this property, which is great to see. So awesome to be seeing all this deer movement. And it's super cool to be able to track this and have them all on camera basically throughout the summer. So once again, all the cameras are put back out there, and we're gonna be hoping for the best. So hopefully these deer stick around. I mean, that's really what we're gonna be hoping for, and we can get more photos of them going on throughout the summer here, and then hopefully into fall we can smoke one early season. But awesome seeing all these deer around here. So let's keep going through these pictures, see if we can find anything else.
A few moments later.
So not a bad day checking trail cameras. Thank you guys for tuning in to today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that a little bit. Like I said, we're going to be going back out there in a couple of weeks. We'll check those trail cameras again. Basically, my goal is for this little series of videos that we're doing here until hunting season starts is to basically just follow these deer around, watch them grow over the summer to the point where hopefully they're sticking around for hunting season and we can put one of these deer on the ground. Now, obviously, some of the deer that we have on camera, some of the bucks we had on camera today aren't huge. They're not by any means going to be giant bucks. Some of them maybe 1 to 2 years old, maybe a couple years older than that too as well. Some of that bigger one we did get on camera, that one might be a pretty decent sized buck. Overall though, good day back out there. I'm glad to see that there's a lot of deer moving around. Super exciting, definitely looking forward to it. Can't wait for hunting season to start. Today is June 27th, so it's not even July yet, so got a little ways to go, but definitely want to be prepared this year and have everything ready to go to be successful this hunting season. Thank you guys again all for watching. Once again, if you are new here, definitely go down, smash the subscribe button down below to follow our stories here at TideWe. We got a lot of great new products coming out this fall that you guys are definitely going to want to stay in touch with. We got a new camouflage partner. All sorts of exciting things are happening here at TideWe that I don't want you guys to miss out on, and you can follow that all right here on our YouTube page, or you can also follow us on our Facebook page, our TikTok page, and our Instagram page if you want more updates on everything that's happening here at TideWe. Thank you guys again. Once again, my name is Cody, and we'll catch you on the next episode here at TideWe Outdoors.